Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
And we're live. Welcome to a brand new episode of Anecdotal Arguments. Merry New Year's, all you mega Alpha-Giga-Chads. Oh god, I already hate that title. I am your host, Jay Fry, and with me, as usual, is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
Hey, it's going. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you.
And Josh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay. Garrick, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? That's our Cat, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Cat.
Let me give him his drugs so he shuts up. He waits till we go live, I swear to God.
I didn't hear him until he went live. I did see a video just the other day of and there was like a string of videos like just over the course, but it's people who are recording. Their dog had seen their Christmas gift and didn't give a shit about Christmas and just wanted their gift. So it's dogs just begging for toys days before Christmas. And just yesterday I saw a video of a lady who was like, play with one of your other toys. This toy's broken. The dog is not having it. Huskies do not give a shit, and they're vocal as all hell.
No,
But
they do not. Can't speak from experience.
Yeah. But they were just fucking adorable. I love dogs. I want a dog. So, what shenanigans do we have to discuss today?
I don't
Anything particularly on your mind, Sean?
No, I'm actually getting sick of all the glomming onto this nonsense about Jack Murphy. I mean, he's driving the boat, so just the fact that he will not let this inconsequential thing go is just making him look worse and worse and worse by the day.
Yeah. Let's be clear here. This isn't. We didn't find information from an ex-girlfriend and start claiming it as believe all women and truth and validation. You wrote this article yourself. You described your erection as your girlfriend banged some other dude.
He was something. What is the adjective I'm looking for? Rock hard, I believe is the expression he used.
Way to ruin that visual by creating that visual.
I know.
And like no one else put that point out there but you, by the way, with your getting railed from behind. Now, understandably, this came from a time when Jack was technically a Democrat, as he wrote the book Democrat to Deplorable. So that is, in essence, a sort of dead naming, which is why you would change your name from John Goldman to Jack Murphy.
Well, not only that, but I mean, he took deplorable quite literally.
We're into different things, Jack. We're into different things. But,
yeah, he Streisand himself so damn hard.
Yeah, what are you doing? Stop telling these autists to stop doing things. That's not how autism or the internet works.
Well, I'll go back to what I said 3 weeks ago, where all you have to do is go, yeah, that was in my past. It's no longer where I'm at. It is what it is, and I'd prefer not to drag it up. There's nothing to say on it. Have a nice day. And then you go away for 2 weeks, and nobody gives a shit. But that's
literally
not what he did.
Just go away for 2 weeks.
But no, he had to tell Sydney Watson, "Fuck you," heartfelt.
I get that. Like, I don't think enough people are blaming Sydney Watson for what her part in this.
She's just doing her job. She's just reading the super chats.
And on top of that, you have to give her a little bit of leeway because she is kind of ditzy. And
I do give her the leeway.
I don't give her leeway for the ditzy. I'm doing for the fact of people are sending money in to have these questions read, and she's just trying to abide by that.
Dude, like my last 4 super chats have all been ignored from Blonde for various pertinent and I will say excusable reasons. But so don't tell me that can't happen. And Blonde is
but Blonde
not-
has a bit more foresight, and she also doesn't like you per se. And
Blonde loves me.
it depends. She likes to talk to you.
Has she been on your show? She's been on my show.
I don't have a show, so
Oh, that's
yours.
how does that?
But, okay,
how
but
is that
would you
enough
give
yours?
would you give Blonde that same courtesy? Like, say if they had sticks on again, and she brought up something from his past that he didn't particularly like.
Oh, okay. All right. So hold on a second. So in context, they had just got done saying she's a moron when it comes to reading chats. She doesn't pre-read chats. And Jack Murphy said, well, you should pre-read chats. And 2 chats later, she proved it. Well, she proved it in the first chat, first of all. And the second chat later was the same thing, and he went off with the fuck you think?
Okay, who is a guest to tell somebody how to run their operation?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Little Unstoppable. Anybody remember him? No. Who is irresponsible enough to have somebody on as a favor to them and treat them that way?
Do you think it was a
I
favor?
ask you-
Who was it a favor to?
Jack did it as a favor to Elijah to come on his stream.
You don't think that was entirely based on self-promotion and getting his own shit out there?
It is, but the traveling to to Texas from the DC area,
Still self-serving.
it is self-serving, but it's also a favor.
Plus,
He's
airfares
not
are pretty
getting
cheap
paid.
right now. They're trying to get money as much as they can. So
If
Well,
the favor is
they
self-serving, is it
they
really
pay for that flight. They pay for that flight to get Jack down there.
okay.
The show does.
So then he can't bitch.
Yeah, it's the format of the show.
Right.
That's what they choose to do on their platform with the people that are giving them the money.
Okay, well, so let's say, Jay Fry, if you were put in that position, if you went on a show where super chats had to be read no matter what it said, would you go on the show?
First off, no super chat has to be read. I hate watch that show.
No, but
I've watched every episode.
That might be a rule to a show.
Okay, yeah, but I also don't have any sort of
I mean, Matt and Blonde read basically every super chat with the, except for
exception
Phil.
of mine mostly because it's
Well,
he
he tries to start around WikiWiki, which is a totally different thing, in my opinion.
yeah, it's fair. I know when I put out a super chat that they're pretty spicy.
Right. This one was not spicy. This one was just a direct question about something that exists.
Yes, that he
And
said
he got
he did
pissed
not
about
want to talk about, which is fine for the first one. But the second chat, which she
Okay.
still wasn't reading,
He
is
also
more of an issue.
Okay. He also lied about apologizing and everything to her after the show. He did it on Tim's show. He said he apologized and everything else. I
He
watched
said he
it-
apologized that night.
No, never did.
Well, I'm saying he said he apologized that night.
He said he did, but he did not.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Sydney Watson.
Or if he
released-
did, he apologized to Elijah, not to Sydney.
yeah, he said he went out for steaks with Elijah that night, and within
They
3
didn't.
hours, he'd
They
apologized.
didn't. Sydney Watson said no. He got up and left immediately.
No, okay, so I've been into this for a while because I find it interesting. Yeah, at the conclusion of the show, he got up and walked off like a jackass because, by the way, he's a jackass. Causing Elijah to go after him to say, hey, dude, what the hell? What's wrong? This, that, and the other thing. So then he ended up, Elijah said, okay, I'll go buy you a drink. Let's go talk about this. Elijah and Jack went off and had drinks and talked about it. Sydney was not there. Sydney was not a part of that.
But he claimed, just saying that,
That
part.
everybody was good. Everybody was copacetic, and he
Yeah.
apologized. He
3
only
hours later.
apologized to Elijah. He never apologized to Sydney Watson.
Go, Elijah. Go tell her I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically is what it's a bitch move. Because
It is.
again,
I agree.
he went
Is a
full
bitch.
pickup artist alpha bullshit and negged her on the show as retaliation for something he did not like, and he's not man enough to actually go confront Sydney herself in person and say, hey, look, I'm sorry that went the way it did.
Yep.
But he probably still thinks he's owed an apology from Sydney, which he's not.
Yep.
He is the exact opposite of everything he claims to be.
Yeah.
And he's showing that himself. Like I said, he's driving this fun bus.
Yeah, everything that is happening here is 100% Jack's doing. There is no defense of that. The porn that's being showed of Jack is Jack's porn, posted by Jack. The article in which it's being talked about is not a hit piece about him. It's something he wrote himself, and he has contacted his liminal order group and put out in messages that he needs a war room for research to fight this.
To fight what?
His fucking cuckery and apparently
what's to
butt
fight?
stuff.
What's to fight? It's something he did. There's no fighting that. He did it.
The
only
people
thing
who are posting it.
Right, but he thinks he can control the information. Barbara Streisand is a living example that you may not.
Absolutely. But I'm saying Sydney has her own faults in this. She is not fault-free.
It's such a piddling little quibble on that end. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but ultimately, nah.
Guy's a little bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy is he's a big bitch. Yeah.
But like I said, you want to be a 2-time Muay Thai kickboxing champion? I'm a 5-time Muay Thai kickboxing champion. How many times did I fight? Same amount as you. None. Because no one is Muay Thai kick fighting at a championship level in our weight class. It's just us. So I've never even changed out into my uniform before and received titles. It's like, this is bullshit. And in my weight class, we don't even knock each other out. One of us gives up because we've exhausted ourselves. Like, it's more of a fucking dance than it is a combat sport. But the training is absolutely great for cardio. It's one of the best workouts out there as far as a martial arts for cardio. And like cardio kickboxing is the only thing that beats Muay Thai. And it's just Muay Thai. It's not made up cardio bullshit. But you're going to jump on the I'm a Muay Thai kickboxing champion? It's not hard. It's literally the easiest thing I've ever done. There's no belts in Muay Thai. There's nothing. You start, and then you just keep going. I can't remember the last time Jay Fry had a suit. Well, I haven't. Last couple months, I've been too busy to actually be on the Sunday show. But I'm saying it's literally Blonde goes, I'm not reading this, Jay Fry. It's like, yeah, fair enough. So I stopped super chatting you. So, speaking of Matt and Blonde's show, how 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 for Princess Bride?
4.
5.
5.
Yeah. It's so stupid. Love Matt to death, but the fairy tale he was reading from grandfather to grandchild was too predictable. Is like, yeah, it's a fairy tale.
Point. It's a feel-good movie.
It's a procedural cop show with fairies, man. Like, step 1 to step 10. You don't jump 4 and 6 and get to 8. You have to go the whole route.
Well, I can't believe she didn't recognize him in the mask. Yeah, it's called suspension of disbelief. It's something you have to do in fairy tales. And for a guy I know to be a Star Wars fan, what does you have to say about the Force, Matt?
Oh, I heard it was bugs, by the way. Is that a thing?
Kinda.
What, is it a thing or is it not a thing?
It is. They had
I know more about Star Wars lore than I do about
Liam
Star Wars.
Neeson try to explain it away as midichlorian count, which is like a bacterial count in the blood.
Oh,
And
good
it's
God.
the midichlorians that give you the power of the Force.
So, his character or Liam Neeson in an interview?
No, Liam Neeson's character. Kai Guan Gin and Tonic.
I
Never
have a
heard that
very
one.
specific set of skills.
That would have made
Quit
that
hitting
movie
yourself.
way cooler.
Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. I've only seen like bits and pieces. All I've seen is him talking with the reptile thing. I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible.
It's not a perfect movie, but it's a feel-good movie. So
It's a great movie.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
They're talking about The Princess Bride.
yeah,
Yes.
Garrick, were you talking about the Princess Bride?
yes, I was talking
Okay.
about.
I was just
All right,
agreeing
I was
with
just making sure because I had just mentioned Star Wars, but okay. I like it. I don't know about it being held today with the Inigo Montoya being played by a Jew instead of a Spaniard.
He looks the part. I'll give him that.
Who's been recast as Inigo Montoya?
You would have to make it like Antonio Banderas instead of Manny Patinkin.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
speaking
what?
of, I was watching a video earlier. Spaceballs is on free right now on YouTube videos
Ooh,
or
sweet.
YouTube movies, and I had to check to see the timing on it versus the timing of the actual IMDb page. I was like, oh, they didn't remove anything. I mean, it's not Blazing Saddles, but it's
Well, they're Jew jokes, but they're made by a Jew, so.
yeah.
I don't see anything about a remake in here.
No, I'm saying it wouldn't be remade.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're remaking
Uh,
everything, so don't put it beyond Hollywood.
Oh, dude, please don't.
It'll be like intergalactic this time. It'll be Spaceballs, but in but, like you'll have to invade a ship to kidnap Buttercup back. He'll be an actual pirate on his own Millennium Falcon. I love the movie. Yeah, I love everything about it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I think I mean, he probably did it intentionally. He probably undercut it intentionally. That's fine. Whatever. At least he's getting the culture.
Yeah.
Non-binary biofem transform. I have no idea what that means.
And it's Inigo, not Diego.
No. Diego, don't dead name. The Sicilian was supposed to be, or not Sicilian. What the frick was he? What was he? Well, what was Wallace Shawn?
Wallace Shawn was Sicilian, yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to be annoying. He got his comeuppance.
Yeah, that was the point.
That was like you're missing the beauty of what. Okay, in the 80s, if you were an asshole, there was a special death for you. Like, all the way up until like Con Air, when the shitheel Cyrus the Virus had his head smashed in by a rock-crushing device after breaking his ankle and failing to get off the conveyor belt that he knew he was going to get his head crushed. We used to hurt villains, specifically. They got a special kind of death. Danny Trejo got his arm ripped off in the collision to the ground because he was a rapist. Bad guys, bad things happen to bad people, and we stopped doing that. Now we don't even use character development. We just kill people. Staying alive, whatever the hell. I hate that movie. No one in that movie is likable, and it loses all. I'm cheering for Elizabeth Bathory. The 80s were a time and a place when the bad guy got what he deserved. Hell, even in
usually followed by a quippy one-liner.
oh god, yeah, that's like the worst part of the 80s though. Welcome to the potty, pal. No, even Robin Hood Men in Tights. Was it? Yeah, John got what he deserved. He ended up getting married to the witch Tracy Ullman.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen the same way anymore. Now it's a quick draw contest, and the guy gets shot, and he dies. It's not the same thing. You know, you used to throw the lead villain out the window. RoboCop, Die Hard, RoboCop. God, Ronnie Cox falling out the window was the weirdest freaking visual
With
I
the
ever saw.
super long arms.
Spaghetti arm, yeah. Now Hans Gruber falling out of Nakatomi Plaza. That's a hell of a death.
Yep.
But man, just context, man. That's what you're missing. Start grading one better each round because you're missing the point. And Reservoir Dogs, what do we think?
Is that next?
That's
That's next. I think he'll. I don't know. That's yeah.
I'd so much rather it be The Usual Suspects. It's a better movie.
It is.
I think it's the same kind of confusion, though. It
is the same kind of confusion, yes. But
yeah, like
Usual Suspects does it better.
I agree. Yeah.
Wait, compared to what now?
Reservoir Dogs.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
You've never seen Reservoir Dogs?
Well, then you got some homework. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean,
it's not a great movie. I would give it 4.
I got about 5 minutes in, then I had remembered I had to do something else. So
that's basically how I feel about every Tarantino movie. Oh man, I gotta rearrange my stereo wires.
I got a gun to clean, so
Maynard, he did know he was going to be dropped, but they dropped him on 1 instead of 3.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are both right. He didn't know he was going to drop.
But Usual Suspects wasn't a Tarantino film, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It had the same format.
The same non-sequential flashback sort of thing, and a reveal at the end.
Hey, Sean, I got a quick question for you about the visual for the show.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't Photoshop Betty White's body rolled up in a carpet on the back of 2021?
How dare you, sir? How very dare you?
I mean, it was hurtful. It was painful.
Yeah. She was the one who was supposed to make it. She had 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
Nothing but a tragedy.
Well, now they're just going to change it into instead of a birthday party, it's going to be a wake.
Yeah, still.
Still not going to watch it.
No.
I don't need Betty White's life turned into some sort of gimmick where they're going to promote. She lost a job over mixed race promotions. She had on a longtime friend who was a tap dancer, and they're like, "Hey, you can't have this colored guy on main." Was Bryan Singer Usual Suspects?
I think I don't know.
Ooh, I did like Usual Suspects. Okay.
All Tarantino movies take place in the same universe.
Yeah.
Even though they have half the same cast.
Yeah. Just doppelgangers everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, I personally like Reservoir Dogs more than I like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs is a better film than Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the annoying thing about those kinds of Tarantino movies is that he takes them out of order, which is...
I shot Marvin in the face.
I mean, it's just fucking annoying, though. Because I feel like I'm watching
I don't particularly care for Tarantino films, but Reservoir Dogs is actually one.
His later one, his more recent ones are better.
No, they're not. I think they're terrible.
Django Unchained and Inglourious Bastards and Hateful Eight.
Inglourious Bastards made my fucking history hurt. Django
Mhm.
Unchained was basically just Tarantino getting away with saying nigger. That's all it was. And freaking
Change it, please.
I know. I'm sorry. And what was one of the other ones that he did?
Hateful Eight. Oh, what was
Hateful Eight was
Let's.
all
Django
Hateful Eight
Unchained
was-
is a comic book movie, guys.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what was the last one he did with Brad Pitt? Is Hollywood something?
I haven't seen that one,
Hollywood.
but I love the setting of Hateful Eight. Hated the fucking movie. Absolutely
are you
hated it.
kidding me? I fucking loved it.
It was the most ungodful, boring piece of junk that I just watched. It was like, I see Tarantino. Here's my problem with Tarantino. It's not that he's not a good director. He is a good director. The problem with Tarantino is he thinks he's so smart that he has to use fucking dialogue to do everything just to show how smart he is with his wordplay. It's like,
No, but it was like, I liked it because it was a lot like The Thing, but there was no alien, and it was cowboys and guns.
Once
No.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once upon a time in Hollywood. Thank you.
yeah.
no, but I can't stand Tarantino as a director because he tries to prove how smart he is with his writing and the fact that he uses
No, his latest movie
play on words.
been more like revisionist history, which is what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is, and that's definitely what Inglourious Bastards is.
Yeah, but Inglourious Bastards it was just terrible.
Steven, I beat you to it.
Nice try.
What?
To the title.
Ving Rhames' character and Jimmy's wife Bonnie are both mentioned in conversations. Marcellus Wallace was mentioned in Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what about Tim Roth?
I mean, he was a thief in Pulp Fiction, wasn't he, at the end of the movie?
In the beginning of the movie, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the holdup guy, and then he was also murdered in Reservoir Dogs. Wait, wasn't Timothy Roth? I'd like Tim Roth.
I think Reservoir Dogs is supposed to. It's in the same universe, but it's not sequential to Pulp Fiction. It's supposed to take place like before Pulp Fiction takes place.
But Tim Roth is a cop in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's undercover.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that doesn't make sense for Tim Roth's character.
he might have been. He might not. Spoilers. Sorry, Garrett.
I wasn't paying attention. I got a message. You're
Oh, good. Glad you weren't paying attention to the show.
good. My boss is messaging me. Shut up.
Why don't you shave again? This time other places.
I miss my beard.
Yeah, so there's that. I almost prefer Quentin Tarantino as an actor.
Yeah, I think he's a better actor than he is a director. But I mean, I loved Kill Bill, and I loved Kill Bill Volume 2.
Those are the ones that I hated the most.
Kill Bill is like nearly
I mean-
cut for cut of a different fucking movie from the 70s.
Yeah,
Lady Blood,
That's
Lady
most of
Snowblood.
Tarantino's work, by the way.
yeah. He takes a lot of inspiration from the 70s and
Inspiration.
60s.
He rips
Yeah.
them off, dude.
yeah, pretty much. I was being nice.
Yeah, even his cut style of the going back and forth, it's not his own.
I didn't realize he was a guest director for Sin City. That's cool.
Yeah, it's segmented.
Yeah,
But,
so he has like
Different
8 vignettes.
directors. There's different directors for different segments. I think he did the one for the prostitutes, if I'm not mistaken, because that sounds like some. Didn't he direct the one for the prostitutes in Sin City?
That's
Was
surprising.
Clive
He's so
Owen or was
wholesome.
that the other one?
Because
wait, Sin City or Sin
Tarantino
City 2?
always has a thing about having a female heroine. So
or female heroine.
Yeah.
or just heroin.
Or just heroin in general.
Heroin and females. Yeah. That's his shtick. It's his.
I mean, I never really
bailiwick.
cared for Pulp Fiction except for the watch scene. The watch scene is like the best scene.
Oh my
in that.
god! Yelp at
In
that.
This
Pulp
watch.
Fiction.
I love this watch.
Yes.
Swallowed it.
I mean,
Wait,
I want to go let some fucking work happen.
That's pretty
Hold
good
on, I had this
for
watch.
a one word impersonation. Pretty good.
It's so crazy. Have you ever watched him? Speaking of Christopher Walken, have you ever seen? There's a music video he did for.
There's like a dozen music videos that Christopher Walken done. The guy loves dancing.
He is a hell of a tap dancer. I will say
Yeah.
that.
So what you talk about, like
And you're
the
thinking
Moby?
of weapon of choice.
Yeah, well, that's one of them. Just one of them.
Right, but that's the one. I'm sure that's the one he's thinking of as weapon of choice.
Yeah, Fat Boy
yeah,
Slim.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, Fat Boy Slim. Yeah. He's also got one from Moby. He loves dancing.
Yeah, Walken is a triple threat.
He knows
Can he
how to
sing?
dance. He
He
knows
can
how to
sing.
act, and he knows how to sing.
Sing, dance, and act.
He can sing. That'd be interesting.
He's not as good as Kevin Spacey when he sings, or Seth MacFarlane, but he is a half decent singer.
Is Kevin Spacey a good singer?
Kevin Spacey's an amazing singer.
Didn't know that.
Okay, Josh, to your point, the way you know that he directed the hooker one with Clive Owen is because the two swords that one of the chicks uses,
Yeah.
also used in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yep.
Yep. That and I mean, it felt like Tarantino's style, especially with a female heroine and everything.
Speaking
So
of Clive Owen, what do you guys think of Shoot 'Em Up?
I like
Yeah,
Shoot 'Em Up, even though it's a very big anti-gun movie.
I'm pretty sure it's the proest gun movie to ever pro gun and a gun pro gun.
Are you
pro
kidding?
gun.
So to be good.
It is not.
It's is. I'm pretty sure he opened a baby bottle with a bullet.
It's a little over the top for my taste.
What?
Yeah.
It was. It clearly it was it was anti-gun, but you cannot be anti-gun when you show how awesome guns are.
Sure you can.
No.
It's a conflicting message, but it can be done.
Guns are going to kill the president, but guns were used to save the president, and the president was saved. Paul Giamatti was fucking hilarious in every aspect. He had to do an interview as himself, and he had been
Sorry.
Oh, there goes our
and
monetization.
demonetized. Yeah, goddamn. it.
Not by
It's
not by the
actual
ginger saying
song.
something earlier. Not by the ginger saying something earlier, right? That did get us demonetized.
Uh,
I'm trying to watch
sucker.
an ad
Yeah.
for what is it? The new Marvel Doctor Strange movie.
Oh yeah, you should have done that last week.
Yeah.
Like he used the gun to open like drawers and to punch people, cut rope. Like they were trying
Yeah,
to
but
use.
if you look at the whole premise of what everything is happening, it's to get the gun company shut down. Hammer Industry shut down. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So it is very blatantly anti-gun.
But Hammer's Industry isn't a real industry.
I know, but it's an anti-gun movie, and
It's
not to mention
so fucking pro gun that
how is it pro-gun?
They had guns.
Okay, doesn't mean
They had guns.
that Hollywood isn't closeted
professionally.
amosexuals, dude. Doesn't mean that.
My favorite
Would it
part
mean
is
that?
Paul Giamatti was like this piece of shit hitman, and like even when he shaved with the wrong hand to show like how little he cared about his appearance, and he had to do an interview for a different movie that he had done,
Yeah.
looking like that, and they're like, "Ooh, Paul Giamatti's really not doing well."
There was, I mean, and not to mention the part where Clive Owen took the 5 9mm rounds and put them in between his fingers and shot the guy. I'm like, no, that's not what would happen.
That's exactly what would happen.
No.
I can do it once to show you. Well, technically twice.
It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You've got to have a barrel to direct that projectile.
Yeah, it's just
There's some
that's
goofy
Hollywood.
fun. I mean,
Yeah,
there
like,
is some goofy fun.
all
I'm
the
not
ways
gonna
they
lie.
used the bullets in non-bullet ways.
Yeah.
Severing the baby's umbilical cord, the fucking carrot in there, the shooting the back of a filing cabinet so that the files come out and punch a guy, the drawer comes out and hits a guy in the face.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it wasn't a good movie, but it is anti-gun. It is.
It's a pro gun. Those guns were awesome.
It is. I'm not saying that the guns aren't awesome. I mean, Paul Giamatti. I mean, he carried a very, very nice Desert Eagle. So
With a thumb coder.
Mhm.
So fucking stupid. The lactating prostitute was like the craziest part of the whole thing. Like,
yeah, what is her name? She was in Matrix.
Monica. Steven,
Yeah, she's-
Monica Bellucci.
Yeah, she's like a French actress, I think.
Yes.
Something.
And
like that.
she's
Italian, I
probably,
think.
Oh yeah, she's Italian. That's it. She's Italian.
She's probably the sexiest woman in the Matrix series trilogy.
I mean,
it is not. It's not 4 pieces. That 4th one does not fucking count. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, there was nobody particularly attractive in the 4th one.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I didn't find her that attractive. She does have a sexy voice. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, she is just sexy from top to bottom.
Monica Bellucci is gorgeous. You were
Sorry,
mistaken, sir. Looks are relative. You're still mistaken.
Eh.
The hottest
She's
girl
all
in
right.
the Matrix trilogy was the girl in the red dress in the first one. Period.
Exactly.
No.
Man,
Yes.
I'm gonna look that chick up now. God damn it.
Do it. She wasn't that attractive. I know people more attractive than that girl.
Well, we all know people that are more attractive than one particular girl, but
That girl, the attractive girl in particular.
I beg to differ. She was hot. She had that
Red dress that made her hot. Her face was not anything particularly special. She was just... The only reason she drew attention is because she was wearing a red dress. That's it. That's all
And
she had.
everybody else was intentionally muted in the scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all she had. She was not particularly attractive. The whole intent was to draw attention to her, but the mouse character that created her that could spend time with, she wasn't all that special because he wasn't all that special.
No, she was gorgeous. That hairstyle.
Yeah, that hairstyle was nice. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a ripoff of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Who, to my personal taste, not that attractive.
Okay, so you can just sit there and be wrong and dwell on your wrongness.
Jane Fonda is more attractive than Marilyn Monroe.
Incorrect, sir.
I have to agree with Sean there, Jay Fry. And I don't do that very
You
much.
already have a history of being wrong about these things, and I'm not sure Sean knows who he's talking about, as his history of knowing characters is also lacking.
No, I know characters. I don't know actors' names because I don't give a shit.
No, I'm pretty sure you were wrong about actors in a movie. Wasn't that the thing?
You guys want to know the real crime about this?
What fucking crime? What are we talking about?
The woman in the red dress.
Oh,
If you
okay.
go to her IMDb, she has a list that is probably shorter than my pinky. And the only photo they have of her is not even of her. It's her somewhere in the background in Star Wars, like a over the view shot. There's not even a picture of her in the red dress.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That does suck.
Yeah, that's a crime.
So her IMDb doesn't even have a picture of her in the red dress.
No.
That is a crime.
Mm-hmm.
But I
will send-
see what you're saying, Jay. Yeah, she is attractive, and I will restate my statement. In the Matrix trilogy, she is still the most attractive woman in the series.
Who?
This one, the one I just dropped in the chat.
However, you are correct. She's probably a 7 or an 8, not a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
In all actuality, yeah.
Plus, she's Australian, so she knows she's going to be hot. So,
Yeah, okay.
My favorite Australian is that chick that got gacked in the second Alien versus Predators movie.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Requiem.
There is only one Matrix movie. The rest do not exist.
No, Alien versus Predator.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Sean, but at the same time, 3 was rather interesting. 2 was just kind of a bad misstep, a really bad misstep.
This is the weirdest IMDb. Okay, here we go. Let's say it's weirdest IMDb page where we're seeing. She's got 6 credits. Additional team member. I don't even know what that means. 1 episode. All right, so she wasn't.
I'm guessing it's a sports show,
Yeah.
sports-based TV show.
So that should be team members. Okay. Okay. I got it now. So we're gonna have to take her from here and plug her into the old Google box of the DuckDuckGo.
I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, I'm giving her a 6. Pictures of her in the red dress. No, look, nonsense, people. Where's my? How do I present everybody? Present entire screen. Steven, this does not give you permission to join the chat yet.
Oh boy.
This
I mean-
girl right here.
The hottest Australian that I know of is Yvonne Strahovski.
She was 16 at the time that was made. Seriously?
Okay, this is a cuter picture of her. This one's way better, but that no. Okay, let's go to more safer stuff. Just no, not the cutest compared to.
Who else was in the Matrix that was better looking?
That's really the only 2.
Yeah, because you had.
God, what's her name? She's married to Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, way to spell words correctly.
It's an X, dude.
I didn't find her that
even
attractive.
carries silver bullets.
Wait, go back. Back up.
I'm done.
Oh, damn it. All right.
You can look up.
You usually look at her in a red dress.
Matrix.
Well,
with a
here,
C.
just to you know,
Really?
tickle your pickle.
No Vietnam War came up.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
Only Garrick would chortle like a fool with that.
That's right. That's fucking right.
how it came out. He said he ended the debate. Monica Bellucci better than girl in red dress, because you know what? We're calling her Monica. We're calling the other chick based on apparel.
Wait, what am I looking at, Sean?
Well,
Oh,
I don't
Tricia
know.
Helfer. Yeah, much better.
No, go back to.
Oh,
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, Tricia Helfer.
We're just looking at women in red dresses.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Wait, is
Cameron
that the
Diaz.
mask?
Yeah, that was Cameron Diaz in the mask.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot about that scene.
But
Yep.
this
When she
is
came into the bank.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Steven can tell you who that chick was in the red dress. That one. I can't think of her name. That's
Oh, and let's not forget.
Oh yeah, Bedazzled or
Oh, my God.
was it Bedazzled?
it was
Elizabeth
Bedazzled.
Hurley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah,
Shit.
Bedazzled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The
Who
only
is-
other Brendan Fraser movie I'll watch besides The Mummy.
Not even the
Dude,
Mummy
you are
2.
out of your goddamn mind.
You should watch
Brendan
all
Fraser
of them.
is a treasure.
Encino Man, even School Ties, where he played a Jew, he was excellent. You know who was a dick in that movie? Matt Damon. I'm not sure if you guys would believe that or not. Not a character actor, just Matt Damon as a dick.
Yep. Well, he is a dick. So, I mean, yeah. Brendan Fraser, he's actually been in Oklahoma for a little bit. I think he just left because they were shooting a movie called Flowers of the Moon or something like that. Period piece.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, what else was he?
No, the girl from Buffy, Steven. I can't think of her name. She played the guy.
Killers of the Flower Moon. That's what
Claire
it was.
Kramer. That's what it was. Blast from the Past. Blast from the Past is also a great movie. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser is a national treasure. You son of a bitch.
He's even good
Yeah.
in George of the Jungle.
Yeah, he.
No.
I mean,
There was
no.
not the
Wait, hold up. He was in G.I. Joe? I didn't know that.
he was a Stephen Sommers who directed The Mummy.
Mm-hmm. Just
Directed
kinda threw him in
G.I.
there.
Joe. Yeah, he added him for a segment.
Mm.
Besides, one of my favorite gifts is from George of the Jungle. I love that movie.
Actually, I prefer the gifs, not gifs per se, but like just little vignettes. Him and Dudley Do-Right, where he's more villainous than the villain. Like, I am wearing black, you are wearing dark blue. Look, compare. Son of a bitch.
I forgot about Dudley Do-Right. Okay, 3 movies.
No, his whole catalog is just great.
I've never heard of most of this shit.
Well, 1, you're young. 2,
Yeah,
you're dumb. So
I didn't agree with
as
that.
old
last-
as you're only slightly older than me.
Still old enough.
I'm over a
to
decade
know
older
Brendan
than you.
Fraser's
I'm talking to
movies.
Josh, not you, Jay.
Hmm.
We all know you're old.
Dude, you're still in your 20s.
No, I'm not. I'm 32. Fuck you.
Are you?
Okay.
Yes.
Weren't you
good God.
26 like last year?
I mean, we can make that claim, but it's not going to play out.
No,
Why-
I've known you for 6 years. Well, definitely haven't liked you for 6 years, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Why?
Uh,
Is this a thing where you told the missus you were much older than what you were?
are we calling it 32 now? Jesus. I have time.
All right.
Oh, I forgot. Leonardo DiCaprio's in this.
Airheads? Airheads, man.
fucking movie. Airheads is a great fucking movie.
What?
Airheads.
Come on, this is 94. You were alive, right? 30.
Apparently.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's so many good movies. Even the TV show, Doom Patrol, wasn't bad. I mean, there's some bad stuff. But man.
Is this about a band that does dumb shit?
Yes.
That's what it looks like.
Yes.
What?
They
No, the Lone Wolves are a class act, man.
Lone Rangers, you dick nozzle.
What the fuck ever? Are you sure it was the Lone Rangers? The Lone
Yes!
Rangers? The Lone Rangers. Yeah, plural. Yeah,
You
okay.
can't exactly be lone if you are the Lone Rangers. Rangers is plural. I don't understand.
Quick, pretend to be crazy. Ask for pictures of B. Arthur naked.
I'm sure those actually exist somewhere. That's
B. Arthur nudes? Yeah, but they're all fucking black and white.
Jesus. Wasn't Monica Bellucci in a James Bond movie?
Yeah, she was in Spectre.
Yep. All right. I thought so.
I thought
All right,
it was
I'm done with
Battle
that.
Royale.
He was also in Bedazzled with Elizabeth Hurley.
Was she?
Yeah, he was the other guy, right? Or am I?
Who? Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he was the main guy who sold
Yeah.
his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the funniest one was when he was such a sensitive guy that he couldn't even look at a sunset. He'd just start crying.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I think he was the Journey to the Center of the Earth. He was so good he had to get replaced with The Rock.
Wait, can I ask you guys what you voted for next week?
Oh, Full Metal Jacket.
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
same. It was either that or Dread. I kind of like both. I really like
Ooh,
I dread.
Dread is a
I'm-
good
it's
one.
not
I
as
have
good
to
It
Full
is,
Metal
and
Jacket.
I'm not gonna vote for second, even though they're not the. I just won't do a 2 before a 1.
The only movie I didn't see was the sing-along blog, whatever it is, thing.
I
I've
have.
seen
You're
all
not
the other
missing
movies.
anything.
I have to show something real quick. I was actually just going to go to Matt's website, and I was typing up in the address bar, and it brought it up as a search. You'll have to see this.
Okay. Do I need to mentally prepare myself?
No.
Jack
It's just
Murphy's
interesting.
nudes.
No.
It's just interesting. It's just interesting.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
So I was typing in Matt Christensen, and then it pulled up one of the top search one is Matt Christensen's wife.
Click on it.
Do it. It's
Ah.
blonde.
Who the fuck are these people?
I have no idea who the hell that is. That's
Not Matt.
yeah.
Oh, look, it's got the wedding picture or the engagement picture.
Where?
Look, the hand.
Oh yeah, it does. It has that, but it doesn't have.
That's as close as we'll ever get,
Well,
or at least
I've-
the rest of the community.
I mean, I've.
You met her, I know. I hope to meet her later this year.
But yeah, this is photos of Matt for his article for Wade.
Yeah.
So
I recognize.
yeah,
the one
I
that's
thought that was
second.
interesting.
Wait,
so.
does his hair still look like that? Like, is it really still that closely shaved?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
in a hat now.
It's under a hat now. I mean, he's grown it out a little bit, but not much. But anyway, I just thought I would share. I thought that was interesting. So
Okay.
I was
I was like, that was the most top search one? Really? I was just trying to go to Matt Christensen Media.
Everybody wants to know what Pang 2 looks like.
Mm-hmm. I actually legit thought she was a ping. That was wrong.
she is.
She's not. She swears she's not.
Well, I would argue that her Twitter name is misleading them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Lucille Ball has Love B&W nudes.
Mm.
Ball? I think you're thinking of Lucille Balls, and I wouldn't look too closely, Stephen. Speaking of,
All right,
Nicole
Full Metal
Kidman
Jacket
is
is still
Lucy
winning,
Ball.
so it might actually make it this time. Oh, I've never seen American Psycho either.
you should.
I know, I need to. It's on my list of to-do things. Princess Mononoke.
I would love it to do things list with
My
just
list of
watch-
things to do. I'm
I'm
sorry.
honestly shocked that Full Metal Jacket wasn't the first one picked.
I'm not, but I'm surprised how many times the anime keeps getting kind of up there. Like,
What
why isn't
anime?
that at the bottom?
What anime?
The Princess Mononoke, whatever.
Mononoke? It's
Yeah.
an environmentalist movie, but it's still pretty decent movie.
If you want to watch an environmentalist movie, watch Fern Gully. At least it has Robin Williams.
Have you ever watched Princess Mononoke?
Nope.
It's actually pretty good.
It's a decent movie. If you're into weeb
It's
shit.
it's from Studio Ghibli. It's actually like one of the really good animes.
If it doesn't have tentacles, I'm not interested.
Yes, it does actually.
Oh, no.
Oh God, no, especially not.
Doesn't it, Sean?
That was a joke.
Mhm. And what J Fry is looking for is a lovely little title called Yurisukudoji,
Oh.
Is that the
The
Kuroko
Legend of the Overfiend.
one? Oh my god! Oh my god! That's a thing. Ah,
Yeah. I was just
I
glad
will-
they finally picked a list, or finally came up with a list that I've seen most of them. Because a lot of them ones from before were just a whole lot of shit I didn't see, and maybe one or two I
well,
did.
that James one was
Yeah, that was
special.
out there. Yeah.
Steven and I are big fans of movies, and we didn't even make half that list. If I had a list, Never Surrender would be on it. Also, Sidekicks.
Wait, does Matt have the?
Oh, good God. Sidekicks, really?
Who doesn't need an imaginary friend named Chuck Norris?
But wait, does
Oh
Matt
my
have the necessary context to watch Galaxy Quest or no?
Well, I don't know how much Trek he's ever watched, but you kind of need.
It doesn't matter.
He
I
doesn't
have
have to watch Trek. He just has to understand the community.
I have a fairly good understanding of what happened in Star Wars, having only watched 3 of the 9 films, from them being so culturally significant. I think Matt could get an understanding, with the exception of stuff like the room that is just deadly, that makes no sense. Like, why would this be in a ship? That part. Maybe not understanding the alien cuisine thing with Alan Rickman and the grasshoppers jumping out of his meal or whatever. But I think so, yeah. Who timed me out last night? I wasn't there, but I would have.
I'm just going to wait for the guilty party to come forward.
Was it Garrick? Garrick?
What did I do?
Exactly. When you timed out Black Magic?
I did not.
Oh. Well.
And then who threatened to time out Robin D. Banks, or threatened to ban him? Because he was like begging and pleading for me to, make a deal for him to not be banned. It's like, what the fuck?
Please tell me you saw the first 3 SW time that mattered.
Star Wars.
I saw 4, 5, and 6. I saw 4, 5, and 6 before they were 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were 1, 2, and 3. It was at one point.
Yeah. What happened was I saw digitally remastered and the Han shooting first, and I said, fuck George Lucas. And I haven't watched him since.
Yet you watched Howard the Duck.
Yeah, and I watched Indiana Jones too. Go fuck yourself. Love Indiana Jones. Except for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But, no, I meant the Star Wars movies. I wasn't going to be a party to that sort of fuckery. I don't like revisionist bullshit.
I can't remember where the freaking vote is. No, it's under columns, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
in the
movies.
columns, and then you pick the latest movie review.
Matt's Movies Review. I
At the bottom. Scroll down.
don't have it.
Huh?
I don't
I'm
have
reading the comments right now.
Yeah.
Signed
go
in.
to Matt's Movies Reviews, go to Princess Bride, and then scroll all the way down.
it. That's what I got to do. Okay. You know what? I'm going to vote for Dread because it's just different.
All right. It's good.
It is a good movie.
It's in
It's
my
not
top
the-
10. It's in my top 10 comic book movies.
It's not the shitty Sylvester Stallone one, so
But
Hey.
my main problem with the Sylvester Stallone one, besides the fact that he took his helmet off for almost the entirety of the movie,
Yes.
is that it tried to compress a lot of stuff into one movie.
Well, yeah.
No,
Like
Dredd-
that's what Dredd did right, is that it didn't try to compress anything. Like
Yeah.
it felt
just-
like the
no,
whole comic book.
Yeah, it was just like a episode of the comic book, like one single
Exactly.
episode, and they did a much better job of depicting the desolation of the far future.
Yeah. Mega City 1, I think, is where they're
There's
at.
gotta be a better term than episode of a comic book.
Issue.
Issue?
Issue.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, Blonde said they're there yesterday, and I was like, yeah. Let me help you out there, Black Magic. Suffering silence
American
for 5 minutes.
Psycho's an okay film.
I think it's got a little more hype than it deserves.
I agree.
Damn it, I was reading those.
You can still read them. Just click view deleted message.
Oh.
Answer your question. That was me, Black Magic. Shit, was me.
That was cruel.
He'll be back in 5 minutes. See what he thinks about it. He knows better than a complainer. I'll do it again.
Jay Fry, are you being mean to somebody watching your stream? Yes.
What? The guy that wants to fight me? Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, he wants to fight you? Over what?
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't know. Some shit about arbitrarily putting him in timeouts. I don't remember.
Oh, jeez.
No. Maybe a little bit. I like Rob Reiner movies without liking Rob Reiner.
Fucking meathead.
Fucking meathead. That's not technically his fault. Blame the producers.
He's only mostly dead. Mostly dead is slightly alive.
Mostly. It is such a great film. How could you not love it?
I'm not saying I don't love it, but it's not. I'm trying to critique a film. It's not a perfect film.
But you
You know what
gotta
is the
critique the
perfect film?
film within the context of the film.
The context, what?
In the context of that film itself. You have to take it as its own individual thing, because you can't say, you know what, it's a good story, but I like spaceships.
Yeah.
you can't like
Yeah, you can't exactly do that. You know,
it's
good.
a fairy tale being read by a grandfather to a grandson who's sick with drinking fucking cup of soup. It's nothing else. There's no horrific horrors of
Yeah,
horror.
it's
in it.
not. And one of the great things about the movie is it's not a comment on real life.
Society or anything.
Right. There's
It's
no
an actual
large.
game.
It's
Well, and
just
that-
a story.
Yeah.
And
just a
on top
story
of that, I'm still a little mad at Matt over Tremors. So Tremors is a perfect film.
Dude, fucking preach, man.
It is a perfect film.
Are we ever going to get past that?
You know
No.
what? I like Tremors, but spaceships.
Oh, speaking of which, I've got. Not that I'm ever going to get picked, but I need to update the list because I still have Starship Troopers on there. I got to replace it with something.
Starship Troopers was already reviewed.
You know what?
That's why I'm saying I got to replace it on my list.
I really like Starship Troopers. You know why?
I do too.
Spaceships.
It was a fourth.
Garrick really liked it for the remodel of the Ruger Mini 14s that all the Starship Troopers used. They were bullpups.
Were those Mini 14s?
Yes.
Good God, those were gigantic Mini 14s.
Yeah, they had
those are just 14s at that point. They're fucking huge.
I was wondering why that little mag looked so goddamn familiar.
Yeah, it's a Mini 14.
unlimited ammo. Dude, do you see magazine pouches on those uniforms? Yeah, they have unlimited ammo. It's the future.
It's a plasma weapon. It runs off of energy.
No, it doesn't.
No. I know. I'm just making jokes.
They haven't done the Fifth Element, have they?
No, they haven't. And I'm almost afraid for Matt to review that.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good
It's
swap.
a good movie.
No, I'm saying that's a pretty good swap from Starship Troopers to Fifth Element. Pretty good swap.
Yeah. I mean, it's both space.
There's aliens. Some of them are afraid.
Mm.
There's a multi-pass. Yeah, I got it.
Plus Mila Jovovich and basically gaffer's tape.
No, it's double-sided invisible tape. It's completely different. I love those lumpy fucking aliens who just like waddle through. Oh, she's one of them? I don't think so. Dubbing over Jason Wingredden's Boba Fett voice with the guy who played Jango was the worst change? Is this
Yeah, they went back, and in Empire Strikes Back, when they contracted Boba Fett, they dubbed over his 2 lines with the Kiwi that they had play Jango Fett.
Oh, okay, so this wasn't Mandalorian?
No.
Fucking God, Lucas is the worst.
Well, first off, here's what I'm going to say. The Mandalorian is Jin Djarin, and yeah, he's not Boba Fett. So, know your shit, Fry.
What?
I was talking to you.
What about the Mandalorian? What now?
He's not Boba Fett.
He was a Mandalorian, though, right?
He was a Mandalorian. Doesn't necessarily mean he's Boba Fett.
Fett, I was just trying to find out what he was talking about in context of. He didn't name the word.
He's talking about Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a thing on the TV about. Okay, when does Mandalorian take place?
It takes place after the fall of the Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so it's after Episode 6.
After Episode 6.
Like a few years after 6, or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, that's true, because young Luke. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Maynard saying
was
Boba
in The
Fett.
Mandalorian. Yes, I'm very well aware of Maynard Cal, but the fact is I was talking about Jin Djarin is the Mandalorian in that show. I thought Jay Fry was confusing it.
Jango Fett is the one that's getting eaten for 1,000 years, right?
No, that's Boba Fett.
But Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett.
Fett, but not with the age thing that they did for the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh,
he ages like a normal human being.
Okay.
And Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit.
Obviously.
Been watching the Book of Boba Fett. Watched the first episode and was interesting.
I'm so pissed off at Disney Star Wars that I'm quietly boycotting that one.
Dude, I beat you by 6 movies.
Yeah, but it's not Lucas. I'm not pissed off at Lucas. I am pissed off.
8 movies.
I am not pissed off at Lucas. I'm pissed off at Disney.
Well, first off, okay. I don't know when that took place, Maynard Cal, when the split. Death Watch was always its own thing. He was in the Death Watch. Jin. So
I have no fucking idea what you guys are talking about now.
We're talking Star Wars lore. Shut up.
Oh,
nerds!
All right, so this is something like normal.
You're just jealous.
It could be worse. It could be Star Trek lore.
You guys got 3 minutes. Any more of that? And I'll start talking about.
Get it right.
You guys got 3 minutes to talk about this bullshit. Any more than that, and I'll go back to. We've had a new book come out in my series with the
Bigfoot porn?
No,
Exorcist Angel. So I'll go back and. Ooh,
I was
they
hoping
had
for
kids.
Bigfoot porn.
no, Sean. But I will say, I would recommend watching the Book of Boba Fett. It's interesting. Watch The Mandalorian. I know you're boycotting it.
I know. I did watch The Mandalorian, and I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Right. It was God. Who was it?
I'm
Because
currently
he
managing
actually
the
followed the
Crown.
lore. I can't remember his name. Kevin Feige.
No, it's the guy who plays Happy in the MCU.
Yeah.
Oh, James Favreau.
Yeah,
James Favreau. Yeah, Favreau.
Kevin Feige doesn't follow
Yeah.
shit.
No.
I give my example as Girl Busters.
Black Magic Death Watch was a sect in the Mandalorian society that, they were just a sect in the Mandalorian society. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Maynard Cal here. Dave Filoni and John Favreau, they have done awesome as far as...
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, I can appreciate that, but it's still tainted by Kathleen Kennedy and Disney.
They've already said that it never even took place in our universe.
I don't.
They've
care.
already said it.
Even mean?
I
don't
know,
care.
right? They were like, they were backpedaling so hard.
This was an episode of What If.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's,
What if we
the
had
damage is done.
$94
And
million and did this?
Disney is still fucking around with the MCU, making it way to the future is female, and they're going to do the exact same thing with anything Star Wars. And you watch that show, The Book of Boba Fett, even though it's got some good bits and is true to the lore, it will still be tainted by the Kathleen Kennedy "Women Are the Future" nonsense.
It's women are the future. They should, for as far as superheroes go, absolutely. They should be a major part of it. Because Henry Cavill as Superman could kick my ass as Henry Cavill. like I could take Christopher Reeves. As much as I loved me some Christopher Reeves. But, I just kick over his wheelchair. I'm pretty good from just kicking him on the ground. But Christopher Reeves as Clark Kent, I could whoop some Christopher Reeves. He's lanky, but I'd get him. Henry Cavill was a jacked motherfucker.
Still is.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely is. Because
I think he got bigger for The Witcher.
Yeah,
he did.
He did.
Yeah, he'll canned me my entire ass. Like the newest episode of the Jack Murphy Pornhub. You guys are paying attention to that series. But it's if you have a superpower, not like you're just a skilled martial artist, because I will still defeat a skilled female martial artist. They do not have the body strength to move my appendages in ways I don't want my appendages moved without full body. Now, chokeholds are a different thing because that is all the accuracy of leverage. But getting punched in the face by Angelina Jolie is gonna be laughable for the most part. But getting kicked in the face is a much more significant, hey, don't do that. So to have a female with superpowers, I'm not talking Brie Larson or Wonder Woman, but to have an actual female with superpowers, that would be lovely to see because I like looking at women. I've never once put myself, you know what?
I have high hopes. I still have high hopes for She-Hulk.
Yeah, but it's just not really coming along the way.
Probably not, but She-Hulk is one of my favorite comic book characters.
She's like 5'3".
Yeah, she's supposed to be playing 7'2".
Yeah. Dean Cain. Dean Cain was just fresh off of playing for the Bills. He was I mean, he's not a big dude. He's 6 foot. He's a small Superman on record.
I was going to ask, do you think you could take him?
No, I could never hit Dean Cain.
You could never harm Dean Cain, could you?
Okay. No. Even if he was Superman, I would still jump in front of the bullet. No. But you know, pisses me off. A bullet going into Brandon Ruth's eye in Return of Superman.
Why does that piss you off?
It's an eyeball. It should still have flexed. Like, that just pisses me off. Like, what's a handshake to that Superman? It irks me. The Black Magic seems to be asking for a timeout again. It seems. And what really pisses me off about the Return of Superman one is that the kid has superpowers, and we just lose that. It's no longer ever referenced again. Like, oh, Dean Cain would break me.
Yes.
Hitting Dean Cain would break me. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yes.
But to see like certain mutants,
You would let him.
give me a good daddy. Yeah. Can you autograph this bruise? But like in the mutant world, like the mutants who have powers, that stuff would be good. Like literally just a fucking hot chick movie with hot girls whooping ass with superpowers. I'm all about that. I would love to see that.
I agree with that. The problem is that that's not what they do. They
Exactly.
subsume an already male role. The only exception to that is Wonder Woman, who has just been badass on her own the entire time.
I just want a movie of Kitty Pryde, where she grabs people by the shirt and runs backwards through a wall, and they just hit the wall, and then she walks away through the next room.
Yes, that
Just
I
the
would be
whole
behind.
time.
Yeah, using her abilities in ways that are unexpected, that produce the same end result.
Mm-hmm. But this going fist to fist, it's not the same thing. You don't have this. You don't have the height. You don't have the weight. The only thing you got is small hands making a weak punch centrally more hurtful if you have bony knuckles or a finger. But these secret agent women are it's not gay.
They started out doing Black Widow correctly.
Yeah.
And then they shat their own bed with that one.
Mm-hmm.
They did start off doing that one the right way.
Yeah, she was using her body weight on leverage positions and small joint locks, and she was doing it right.
And it was only after they were in a compromised position based on their lust.
Mm-hmm. But you can fucking just cast a movie based in New York with New York girls and the shitty guys in New York, because that's where the rapists are in liberal cities, and you can have a fucking fantastic time. You don't need to smile more, girly kind of shit. You can just have aggressive douchebags, and literally you can have a superhero named Threader, and what she does is she can meld materials together, and the whole time she could just be being hit on by guys trying to walk up to her, and she fuses their feet to the ground and they just fall over. That'd be a hilarious fucking movie. It doesn't even have to be a great superpower. There's any number of things you could do. But a strong female character doesn't mean a strong female. It's her character. Quit it.
Well, they did it right with Ripley.
Yeah. And she fucking spent the entire movie shitting herself.
Yep.
It's just meh. I didn't have a problem with Wonder Woman. per
Well, no,
se.
because she's supposed to be that way. That's fine. Again, it's a female character that was written as a female character with those specific powers. The problem with Marvel is what they're doing is they're taking previously established male characters and turning them female, which is why Hawkeye ends up being a bitch.
Hawkeye always could have been a bitch, though. It's literally accuracy with arrows.
Right, but my point is it was a male character, and then the Hawkeye show that is on Disney Plus, or
There's
Marvel,
a Hawkeye show on Disney.
there's a
Plus.
Hawkeye show, and
Yep.
it's literally whatever the replacement chick who's becoming Hawkeye is. It's her show, and Jeremy Renner's just in it.
Yep, he's just getting paid. That's all he's there for.
That was always Hawkeye, though. I got it. I got a bow and arrow. This none of this makes sense.
Right, but and then, and I know I'm being hypocritical here because I said one of my favorite characters in Marvel Universe is She-Hulk, which is literally the female version of the Hulk. But the way that the story was written back in the 70s when she debuted, they paid attention to make her own character that just has the same affliction as her cousin.
Is it the same affliction, though?
Well, it's
Does anger trigger her?
no, she's always green.
Okay, that's better to me. Oh, that's right.
Right.
'Cause she's a lawyer, isn't she?
She works with Matt Murdock at that. She's a very good lawyer. Works with Daredevil, and because she had some sort of affliction where she needed like a bone marrow transplant or something like that, and the only match they could find was Bruce Banner. So they had Bruce Banner give her the thing she needed to keep her alive, and it turned her into She-Hulk, and she can never not be She-Hulk.
Yep.
So she's like
The Hulk goes on murderous rampage trying to sleep with his cousin. In one of the comics.
Hulk smash.
Pretty much.
How She-Hulked was Jay to learn that Jack Murphy's real name was John. Yeah. When I heard the
Not really that surprised.
I said a text about that one.
Yeah.
I listened to it at 5 in the morning. Well, I start off at 4:45 and I listen to the Tim Pool show until I get home at 7. And because Sean's a bitch, I put that text message in a draft and waited like 6 hours to send it. Because he will not nag. Go back and look, Sean. You'll see I was at like 12. Like I'm not even up at 12. I woke up and I was like, I gotta send that text message, and I went back to bed.
Where the hell is my
They need to
phone?
bring Bullseye in.
That'd be kind of
Didn't
cool.
they?
Yeah.
Well, he was
Bullseye.
Bullseye was kind of in the first season
Colin Farrell.
of well, that was the Elektra Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, and
No,
Yeah.
that was the Daredevil movie in Daredevil.
yeah, well, it was Ben Affleck.
It wasn't the good one. The series is way better.
Yeah, the
liked
series
it.
was really good.
I liked Daredevil the movie, and I liked Elektra.
They were good movies.
I
for what they
liked
were.
it, but it wasn't good by comparison.
No,
I like
the series
Street
is much
Fighter.
better. Watch the series, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the first season.
Watch the second.
You know what? I liked the first season of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I mean,
Luke Cage
minus the
was
hoodie
really good.
bullshit. Minus the hoodie bullshit, but the first season,
What day did you send that?
fuck, fine, I don't know, like two Wednesdays ago, or no, it would have been
It was last
would
year,
have been
right?
Thursday. Yeah, well, you would have fucking dad jokes. Yes.
Yeah.
It would have been a Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, whenever 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever Jack Murphy was on. Wasn't last Wednesday before last.
Okay, so there's Christmas. So it was before Christmas? It was before Christmas.
Yeah. 3 days before Christmas.
Well, here's the Monday before Christmas. When Garrick was at the Nutcracker.
Mhm.
I'm just looking back at the tracking, and it's oh wait, what the hell? Am I at 12:10? That's way too far back. I just know I saved it
It
as
doesn't
a
have a
text.
doesn't have a timestamp, just as a date stamp. Yeah,
I should.
John Murphy Goldman is his real name. Kim Potter was found guilty. Duante Wright now has 3 lawsuits against his estate for physical violence against women, all in rapid succession.
$12.21. Fuck unions. Why did I? Oh, these are stupid comments. Yeah.
It's saying Saturday.
No, it's the 23rd, so that was Thursday.
Yeah, it's 4:20. So I was definitely up at that point. Point is, I watched it too early, and Sean had been complaining about 23rd is Thursday. So I watched it because I saved them that night and I watched them in the morning on my way home from work. I listened to them.
Yeah, this is right after you sent the punching bag to Tim Pool. Sean?
What?
This is right after you sent the punching bag to Jim Pool, is what to Tim Pool. So that was the 19th, or
well, that wasn't about Jack. That was about Raw the
no,
Running Man.
I know, but that was right after.
Well, yeah, he would have been the Tuesday episode.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys watch it on Tuesdays, and Jack would have been the Wednesday episode, and I watch him Thursday mornings, or I watch it the next day in the morning. Except for the Monday episode, I play that Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, we never gave Marky Post her due either.
Okay, yeah, dying, I guess. Cute girl. Loved her hair. Never gave Betty White her due, but that's recent.
I commented on it.
John Madden. I don't particularly.
Harry Reid.
Fuck Harry Reid. If I would have known he would have died, I would have called Harry Reid to tell John McCain to fuck off when you guys see each other again in hell. If you read only one run of Deadpool, read Daniel Way, even better than Joe Kelly, in my opinion. Daniel Way run of the Deadpool book. I don't know anything about the Daniel Way. Is it the writer of Deadpool?
Must be. I have no interest in seeing anything Deadpool other than Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Agreed.
Deadpool.
Yeah, I do not enjoy reading a comic book.
Ryan Reynolds is best pool.
That's right.
Panel in the issue of Way run of Deadpool where he fought fake Hawkeye, Bullseye, writer. Oh yeah, so he was the writer. Okay. No, I like Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
I did too.
Better than I liked Will Smith as Deadeye.
The problem with Will Smith is Will Smith can't play a character.
Yeah, somebody was talking about that, and they were talking about how great of an actor Will Smith is, and I'm like,
he is, but he can only play himself. He actually does have acting capability. The problem
He
is
does.
He can only act as Will Smith.
Like Will Smith literally brings a writer with him to Will Smith up his characters.
Right. Like if you see that episode where his dad comes to visit on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, no, the dude can act. He can definitely act, and if that doesn't draw a tear, man, you're not human.
Or when Aunt Viv rejects the guy he grew up with as a suitable suitor for Hillary, I was like,
Will
8
Smith
pounds.
can act. It's just
Yeah.
that he can only act as Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Like, I found it credible when he was talking to a fucking robot. Like, that's acting.
Yeah.
Like when you look at when you can tell that he's looking into the eyes of a character that is not there, that's acting. Van Wilderpool sucks. No, I liked all versions of him, minus what Stryker did to him in Wolverine's origin story.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, I love me some Deadpool.
But the great thing about Deadpool, one of the great things about Deadpool is he can break the fourth wall. The only other Marvel character that can do that is She-Hulk.
Pretty sure there's like a character who just breaks fourth walls. Probably a Marvel superpower. Or a mutant superpower.
Well, that's Deadpool is aware that he's a comic book character. That's like part of his backstory and lore and conceit as a character is that he is aware he's a comic book character.
Yeah, one of his video games was about the pursuit of a video game.
Yeah, and the only other Marvel character that breaks the fourth wall is She-Hulk, and basically every time she does it, she's like, "Wade, nobody knows who you're talking to. I do. Stop it." That's basically the sum total of her breaking the fourth wall.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, let's wish her luck, because I don't want shit to fail. I want shit to be good, because I want to partake in that shit. And a She-Hulk would be a great character.
Right. Now, I will say this too. The reason I have faith in that She-Hulk can be good is because for as shitty a person as Chris Evans is, and as shitty as the writers are for Marvel, they got Captain America fucking right.
Yeah. And he played the Human Torch, which I didn't particularly care for.
Correct.
But I did like Michael Chiklis as the thing.
And they wrote Kingpin up until the nonsense in Hawkeye. They wrote Kingpin really well.
Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, or
yes, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
So
and
Hawkeye?
it was written well, and also he really added to it.
Mm-hmm. I technically like Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin as well.
Same. I thought he did a good job.
Although to this day, my favorite Michael Clark Duncan as the John, help me here. The Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh my God, that's going way back.
The Shy Virgin, or prudish gay version. What the fuck was it? He played he was Michael Clark Duncan, and he was a virgin and gay, and he was saving himself for Mr. Right, and these aggressive homos were just trying to nail him, and he was whipping these dudes around like, I'm saving myself from Mr. Right. It was a vignette, but it was absolutely hilarious that how they were like up on this giant he's fucking giant dude. He's a gentle giant, that Michael Clark Duncan. Fuck, what the Virgin? I can't think of the name of it. I wonder if that was his actual name in the IMDb credits.
Was he in The Big Hit, or who was the guy who played in The Big Hit?
Bakeem Woodbine? You're thinking of a different movie.
I am thinking of a different movie. No, I'm thinking of The Big Hit because That was along
That's a
the
marky mark.
It is, but it's along the same lines. They had this big dude that was saving himself and had never jerked off, and they introduced him to internet porn, and then
He wasn't saving himself. He was fucking since he was 12. That was Bikini Bang. Oh my god, I forgot he was in Street Fighter Chun-Li. The Michael Clark Duncan as Bison was fucking atrocious. He's got some funny credits.
You know, they would have made a respectable version of Mortal Kombat early on. He probably could have played Jax.
No, Michael J. White was Jax. He was the mean lion in George of the Jungle 2. He was Coach Griffin, and they call me Sir.
wait a minute, is he the voice of Master Chief?
No. I can't think of it right now, but I do know the voice.
No,
of
he's
Master
just
Chief.
another. He's just another.
He was in an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1995. His name was Tiny.
Ironic.
Cardinal Carnage in an episode of Weird Science.
Steve Downs is Master Chief.
Damn it, yeah, that's right. He was Big Mike in an episode of The Wayans Brothers. He was a bouncer in Bulworth.
Are you talking about Michael Clark Duncan or somebody else?
Michael Clark Duncan, yeah, he was Bear in Armageddon. Oh, his name was Gay.
Cool.
It was the underground comedy movie, and he was Gay Virgin.
So he also did Peter Quill in the animated version of The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It's interesting. Aside from that, he's just Master Chief.
And apparently, for all of 2003, he was Wilson Fisk because he did an episode of Spider-Man, the animated series, and he was Wilson Fisk. He was Tug and Brother Bear. I mean, he doesn't have quite the pedigree as he was a Clydesdale in Racing Horses. That's kind of funny. Manute in Sin City. He doesn't quite have the pedigree of Frank Walker, but he did have a unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he was in School for Scoundrels. His name is Lesher. Anybody see School for Scoundrels?
Mm-mm.
The wolf voice in Air Buddies. Oh, he was Atlas in God of War 2. I would have recognized that. Anyway, we're in the weeds now. What else we got?
Well, you guys watch the Joe Rogan podcast with that doctor dude that just got banned off of Twitter, and they're pulling that video down off of YouTube?
Fuck no, but if anybody's interested, I am on Getter as Jade Fry. Because you're remembering wrong, it's Michael Clark Duncan, Michael C. Duncan, Michael Duncan. Those were his names.
Kung Fu Panda.
He was in charge of the prison.
Cats and Dogs.
It would have been funny if he was Brutus the Chihuahua.
It was Sam. I don't remember which
No.
one was Sam, but the kids watched the shit out of those two movies.
The Rottweiler.
Tiny.
Sam was a Rottweiler.
Mm.
But no, I'm just saying, if he would have been Brutus the Chihuahua.
Yeah.
What the fuck you looking at? I'm saving myself for Mr. Right. Well, I missed her right here. Yeah. He died while he was filming the show The Finder. He didn't die filming it or anything, but that's what he was currently doing when it happened.
Huh. He was the failed bodyguard for Biggie.
Like in real life?
Yeah. Says Duncan took security jobs while in Los Angeles trying to get some more acting work in commercials. During this time, he worked as a bodyguard for celebs like Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, and Biggie.
Well, it's hard to protect your client from a bullet while you're in a car.
Yeah. And then he says, when rapper Notorious B.I.G. was killed in '97, Duncan quit the personal protection business.
Mm. Supposedly, he gave $5 to anyone who recognized him on the street and knew what his full name was. You would not have gotten $5, Black Magic. He was a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Good fucking luck matching him up against anybody. Good friends with The Rock. Had 5 cats and a chinchilla.
He was dating Omarosa.
Trump's Omarosa?
Mm-hmm. But anywho, I highly suggest watching the Joe Rogan podcast with that doctor dude whose name I cannot remember. Because again, names and me don't mix.
In 1979, during the Disco Demolition Night fiasco at Comiskey Park, Duncan ran onto the field and slid into third base. He played basketball at community college. He must have been a much smaller man back then. I seem to recall, yeah. Tom Lister, I think is his name. He died December 10th, 2020. He was a big dude, too.
Who, Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was he's at least 6'5".
Did he do anything much beyond the Friday movies?
I'm not sure if you know this little ditty called No Holds Barred.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
He was the president in The Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that, too.
He did a movie called Dracula 3000.
That I have not seen.
With Coolio. It was not the greatest. Let's pull up his filmography. Jesus, 219 results. Not gonna. She's the One. It's the black version of She's the One. Boone the Bounty Hunter. I think he was on TV. I don't think he was actually in that movie. No Weapons Formed Against Us. He played a preacher. Man and Wife. It was no. Nothing particularly. His episode of Boondocks. I guess it was the Friday movies and he co-starred with Hulk Hogan in No Holds Barred. Wait, wasn't he like the moral prisoner in the Dark Knight with the Joker? Didn't he throw like the trigger out the window on the prison boat?
What was that?
Oh, the big scary black guy. Yeah.
The Dark Knight boat scene.
Dark Knight Rises, maybe?
No, that was the
Dark Knight.
Was the Dark Knight?
Dark Knight, yeah.
The Dark Knight.
Mute this.
Ooh.
A Night in Compton.
No, I think that's some other dude. Because that's... Here, let me...
Working on it.
Oh, I got it here. I don't have a name, but I've got the scene. So here. This one. And I've got to switch the stream back so that people can actually see it on the stream. Hang on. Switch. And that's not what we want. We want that one.
Prison Ferry Pilot. No.
That's the actor from the scene there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom Lister Jr.
I said that.
You did?
So,
Oh.
so it is him?
Mm-hmm.
That's Tom Lister Jr. Is he the one who checks it or not?
There's the guy who's on screen during that scene.
Who throws it out the window? Let me do it, boss.
That's this guy.
Yeah. Okay, so I was right.
I know the movie almost forwards and backwards. I can't recite the lines perfectly yet, but I'm pretty good.
Yes, as in you're studying.
Yeah, almost, dude. Most of the Disney movies made before 2004, I can probably recite them. Because I watched them so many goddamn times as a child. But yeah.
I wouldn't call Michael Clark Duncan Proto Shaq because
Oh wait, wasn't he in
Shaq was
Friday?
around at that time, huh?
Wasn't he in? Yeah, he was in Friday. Debo. That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, good thing you mentioned. I would have called him Big Worm, but I think that was no, it wasn't Cedric the Entertainer. It was they all look alike.
All right, guys, I gotta go take a shower and call the missus. So I might hop back on later, but if not, get to see y'all and Happy New Year.
I'm gonna go shower and do some stuff.
Yeah, do some things.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Later.
Get out!
Well, get out. All right. I mean, we could be done here.
We could.
All right. We could celebrate that Garrick's gone, but we're at 1:50.
Yeah, I mean, do we have anything else to cover?
Did we
really.
particularly cover anything in the first place?
Well, we covered Jack Murphy, and we all
Oh,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
Jack Murphy needs to be covered.
Yes.
We got. I mean, it beats talking about fucking COVID. Even though the COVID restrictions have been deemed completely arbitrary on
Oh, yeah.
every level.
Well, we've known that for 2 years. Come on now.
But this week it came out at like every level. They had just admitted it across the board this week, between the CDC saying, well, we were doing it to see if we could get away with doing it, and we were. Biden this week saying that it's a state's issue. Good luck with that.
Right.
The NIH, not Fauci, but the NIH, with the, well, masks don't really work. They're not sealed to your face, and they don't protect you from. So, like, every level, like, we just need somebody to come out against social distancing, to have every mandate possible, because we already had a doctor come out on Joe Rogan who says, I'm responsible for mRNA, and mRNA won't work in this particular instance.
Yeah, I highly suggest watching that episode. It's really good. But yeah, I mean, they won't roll back on social distancing, because the two things that have worked to mitigate what you can mitigate have been washing your fucking hands, you filthy fucking animal.
Yeah, it works for everything.
And keep, stay out of people's bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they'll walk those back at all, because they actually have some efficacy. But yeah, they rolled back the 10-day isolation to 5-day, and then they got blowback on that from the lefties. They're like, "But the science!" And so they had to come out. They had to come out and walk. So they walked back to 5 days, and then they had to walk back from that 5 days back to 10 days for isolation, because, the ring retards decided to piss and moan about that. What do you mean the science? The science has been a lie the whole time. Shut the fuck up.
See, like, all right, so mass formation psychosis is literally no different. It's just an added word, mass formation. It's mass psychosis is a thing, from the ergot poisoning to the fucking Jim Jones cult. It's been a thing. This additional formation, mass information in this context mean the same damn thing. It should just be called structural psychosis.
Okay, there's a book called Extraordinarily Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds. Okay, this is an older book from like the 90s, maybe even a little bit before. It's not the one, it's not the Madness of Crowds that's popular right now by that guy that you see on the Talking Head YouTube shows from time to time, the Brit guy, who's actually really good, and I recommend his book too, but I'm talking about an older one. It starts off explaining the tulip craze back in like the 1500s. And it has this historical record of all of these incidents of mass psychosis. And
the tulip one, was that the what's better than roses on a piano?
Tulips on my organ? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was a Liberace joke. No. This goes back to the 1500s, when the ruling classes and everybody went crazy about tulips, and tulips basically became worth more than gold, and tulip bulbs were going for crazy amounts until that market crashed, because it was just a mass delusion and hype.
That literally sounds like marketing.
It was a fad, and everybody got involved in it, and everybody, dumped all this money and resource and time and energy. It's kind of like crypto. But eventually it, came out of favor, and everybody lost everything. But it's an interesting delve into the psychology of the madness of crowds, when everybody in the society and in linking societies goes nuts over a singular topic, which is kind of what this doctor was saying about the mass psychosis thing.
It's like Beanie Babies.
Right. You focus in on one thing, and the people that focus in on that one thing, they beat it to death, and then they become obsessed with it. And
But it's missing a key piece. The strong leader. Who's the strong leader in this instance? It's
Bill
not
Gates.
Fauci. It's not Biden.
it's Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, really?
It's Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Just ask Luke Rudowski.
Yes, just ask Luke.
But it is. I mean, if you go back and look at the run up to COVID, you have both Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates back in like 2012, 2013 saying this is coming. And here's what we're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
do
they were
about
both
it.
sponsoring it in 2016 in Georgia
Right.
before they had to take it off site.
Right. They knew it was coming because they were the ones working on it. And the response to it has been scripted for a decade, if not longer.
Mm-hmm.
And they finally managed to pull it off. But now everybody's gone through this for 2 years and they're fucking tired of it. So they're finally waking up to the bullshit, and it's really sending people for a psychotic loop. When they wake up to it, they don't know how to react because they cannot believe they were so duped.
Did you see that the Canadian guy in the candle aisle?
I saw the video, but I didn't open it up to listen to it. So I just kind of watched the video, but I'm assuming it's pretty much what I saw there, where he pulled his mask down to sniff a candle and somebody read the fuck out on him, right?
Yeah, so he didn't have that on film, but he starts the filming after that happens, and he shows during the filming, he shows the guy in the background of who just yelled at him, and then he goes, I put my mask down, I smell the candle, and someone on the other side of the store does the exact same thing to him, a completely different person. And then as he's walking out, he's like, I'm never shopping here again. And a couple of the other customers were like, this is ridiculous. I'm not shopping here ever again. And we all
Was it
went
store
off and-
employees that did that?
one of them was agreeing with the mask, put your mask on guy. So yeah, they did see that in front of him.
Oh my God. Canada's a silly place.
Yeah, it is. Viva Fry is fucking pissed about it. He's currently my favorite Jew.
It's going to be interesting traveling next week. I can tell you that much, or this week, as the case may be.
I haven't really been hearing anything about Ohio, so I think you're better than fucking Michigan, who ignored the close of the mandate, or they took it down to 5 days. Michigan said, nope, still 10 days.
Yep. Because the science.
And the droplets.
And the droplets!
Well, it's going to be interesting because I'm going to have to fly. So, I mean, I did this back at the beginning of COVID, like literally the week of the George Floyd thing happened. I flew back to Cleveland. And it was... back then, it was the beginning, so nobody really knew anything. And you had to wear the masks, and it was just...
Right.
Wasn't the best experience, but now with people freaking out, I can't imagine how bad it's going to be to travel. But
Yeah, that's why I just drive everywhere. I don't fucking
I
fly
thought
anymore.
about it, but it would take me. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about crashing at your place.
I mean,
was gonna-
yeah, I can set it up.
Drive
you
out
wanna
there.
do it.
Drive.
Well,
That's a
the
2
way
day
I
drive
figure it,
minimum.
if I do two 15-hour stints, I could go from here to your place in 15 hours, crash, but then I'd have to get up at the butt crack of dawn and go another 15 hours into Cleveland, and I'm like, it's going to cost me the same, if not more, to drive. I'll just suck it up and
but
fly.
the question then becomes, do you really want to put up with the hassle?
Well, and it's winter in Cleveland. I really don't want to be driving on those roads. So,
I mean, even if it was summer, you don't want to be driving on those roads. It's Cleveland.
well, there's that, but it's a lot easier in the summer. But yeah,
Is it though?
Well, but the funny
You
thing
need a
is,
4-wheel drive.
I'm renting a car.
You can see the potholes.
Yeah, they're like a foot deep.
It's
So,
nice in the spring when the trees are growing out of them, so you can see them ahead of time.
yeah, so we'll see. You still talking to Sinatra?
I talked some shit to him today. He didn't respond.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I haven't really seen much of his stuff roll through my YouTube feed. I wonder if I got unsubscribed.
Possibly, because he did put out something today.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from him lately. I probably got unsubscribed.
Let's see. Where is it?
One of the things I sent today was from him.
Sinatra says... No, it says I'm still subscribed, but it's not hitting my feed.
You got the notification bell clicked?
Click the all setting?
No, I do not have the notification bell clicked, but normally his stuff will show up in my home feed, if it's new especially, because almost everything from everybody I'm subbed to shows up there on the day it gets released.
I will be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. It is clear. You know what's sad, Sean? I'm looking at scopes that I just can't even afford, and it's not even that powerful of a scope.
Optics are ridiculous, man.
Dude, I'm looking at a reproduction optic for a Sharps rifle. 1874 Sharps.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 6x magnification. And you want to know how much it is?
I'm guessing 800 to 900.
$1,005.
Ouch.
Yes.
Now, is that one magnifier with two glass ends, or is that double magnification? How is that set up?
6x magnification.
Right. So one magnifying lens, but is it?
It's 6 power all the time.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
is that encased in the middle between two flat glass pieces, or is it at one end?
I think it's a series of lenses, because the way that the old scopes were set up, it's as long as the 34-inch barrel. If not, it's longer than a 34-inch barrel.
And it's only 6x?
Yep.
Ouch.
Yep.
That better be crystal goddamn clear.
I mean, it's a reproduction optic from the 1870s, so... And, I mean, it doesn't have any internal adjustments. All the adjustments are external. So it's done by set screws.
Okay.
On the outside of the rifle. So you better hope you don't jar it, because you can actually throw these optics off very easily.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you a picture of it real quick. Hold on.
All my optics set screws are on the outside of the optic.
Well, okay, you're not following what I'm saying.
Right, but the whole screw isn't. Just the thumb twist bit is external.
No, the screw is external as well.
Right. That's. I understand what you're saying about.
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're talking about
External
fry.
Screw. Yeah.
You're talking about fry. Okay.
Yeah. The outside of the screw is.
Yes. So I'm looking at this. This is the scope for it.
Oh, the Doc Brown rifle?
Yeah, he had a Winchester though. But that was the type of scope that they used. So might go with the Series 4000, because still have irons with that. And I'd like to use a vernier tank sight. Vernier, I think is how you say it.
God, it's amazing to me that that's not even at least 10x.
Dude, you want to see how much the rifle itself costs?
Oh, I'm guessing 3,500.
Yeah, for the one I want, which is the Quigley. And that's not even optioned out. That's just plain Jane basic.
Yeah, no, that I understand. But
I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, that is a hefty
I
amount.
want one so bad. I want one so bad. I really do. It's such a pretty rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the
Vernier tang sight. It's basically a big giant aperture that you can adjust up and down. So for your
I would if I wanted one of those, I'd shoot my AK more.
Yeah. It's okay, Jay Fry. I understand. You can't appreciate the classics.
Fuck no. But that wood stock makes me want to steal it.
I mean, it's not a 30-30 caliber, though.
What is it?
Well, that's 4570 probably.
Yeah, 4570, or if you want to be extra bougie, you can do 45 110.
Yeah, but then they have to get parts in from Reno.
Yeah. The brass is a lot longer than a 4570 brass case, which is actually still like an 1.5 to 2 inch long case for the 4570.
All right, let's whoa, burped up something funny. Let's get out of here and
All right.
move this into the off hours chat where we can talk about gun shit.
Hell yeah.
And then say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation.